for the bottom line, we turn to Chief Washington Correspondent and host of This Week, George Stephanopoulos.
Good morning.
George, thanks for being in here. President Obama, in his press conference, was talking about how his plate is already full. You add this to it now.
Welcome to the White House. Yeah. Every president gets this. Usually it gets it pretty early in the term, and we're going to see President Obama have to deal with it pretty quickly. The White House doesn't want to get ahead of Justice Souter, who has not made a formal announcement yet, but they have been thinking about this already, and you would expect them to want to have someone in place before the court's next term begins in October.
We heard in Jan's piece it's widely expected that the selection will be a woman. Any top contenders that you can think of right now?
Almost certain that it's going to be a woman. President Obama has said that he wants to add another woman to the court. Justice Ginsburg is the only woman right now. I would say the leading candidate, if there is one, is Judge Sonia Sotomayor. She's on the Federal Appeals Court right now, Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. She would be not only a woman, but the first Hispanic on the court. She's built up a strong centrist record on the court. She also has a great story. Worked her way up through the housing projects of the South Bronx, through Princeton and Yale, and she was first appointed to the bench by the first President Bush, so she's got some bipartisan credentials.
What people would like about that, to be the bipartisan
Easier
credentials. And other names you can think of?
Some other possibilities, Elena Kagan. She's been President Obama's choice for Solicitor General, his top lawyer before the Supreme Court. Also, the former dean of Harvard Law School, Judge Diane Wood, another appeals court judge out of Chicago. Has a record as a brilliant jurist there. And one possible long shot, Leah Ward Sears. She's the Chief Justice of the Georgia Supreme Court, also the first African-American woman to be a top judge in the state of Georgia.
As we know, over the years, sometimes this nomination has tripped up a few presidents. So is this another test for the Obama administration?
It definitely is a test for the Obama administration, for the president. It will reveal a lot about his feelings, his ideology, where he wants to take the court, where he wants to take the country. You can expect them to do this in their normal, disciplined, button-down way. Greg Craig, the White House counsel, will likely take the lead, but also expect Vice President Joe Biden to play a heavy role in this process because, remember, he used to be the head of the Judiciary Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee. He actually presided over the confirmation hearings of 6 different Supreme Court justices, so he'll play a heavy role as well. And, you know, I would expect the president to be deliberate about this, but as I said earlier, he's not going to want to get ahead of Justice Souter. They're going to want him to have his day to make his decision.
Because, of course, he wants to wait until the summer, until after the session
and
is
then
over.
It is going to be a very crowded agenda, though.
Right.
Look at what else the president wants to do this summer. He wants to get health care through. He wants to get energy through. He could face the possibility of having to come back and do more on the economy, either with a second stimulus or more money for the financial institutions. So it is a packed schedule, and that's before you even get to foreign policy.